Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2014 horror franchise sequel, Wrong Turn 6, Last Resort. The film is directed by Valery Milev and it stars Anthony Elot, Chris Jarvis, Aquila Zoyle, Sadie Katz, Rollo Skinner, Billy Ashworth and Roxanne Carrion. Right, okay, the film follows a character who discovers he has an inheritance. He has got a long-lost family. So he turns up to a resort, a huge resort, big manor. He's greeted, welcomed in, and he slowly learns about his family and heritage. Essentially, he's related to these mountain cannibals, and he's there to run this place and assist with all sorts of depraved acts, cannibalism, chopping people up, cult sex games, you name it. Right, what are my thoughts on Wrong Turn 6? At the beginning there, did you see that? I was trying to seriously explain the synopsis of this film, and then I came to my senses halfway through and realised why bother. Because for the last 3 or 4 films in this franchise, or pretty much all the sequels to, I didn't mind the third one so much, but pretty much all the sequels following the first Wrong Turn film have been dumpster fires, really. And I was due to review this one. It was 2 or 3, 4 weeks ago when I last reviewed Wrong Turn 5, but I needed a break for my own sanity before I even attempted Wrong Turn 6. Does this buck the trend of dumpster fires? Not at all. This is, terrible. Just as the others are terrible. It's hard to know sometimes where to start with a film when A, you've not really enjoyed it, and B, I don't know, you kind of lose a little bit of your soul every time you watch shite like this. But okay, let's start. Try and be constructive here. Okay, the effects are terrible. Again, this is once again a prequel. So I think Wrong Turn 4, 5 and 6 are all prequels to the original Wrong Turn, is my understanding. Which is why we've got all the 3 brothers together in 3 films. So it's a prequel, fair enough. But it's terrible effects. They genuinely do look like they're wearing Halloween masks from the local shop. Especially, I'm not even interested what they're called anymore. The one with the bow and arrow and the white hair, it looks terrible. The kills here are once again incredibly mean-spirited. They're not even fun. And sometimes you can forgive a lot in films like this if they're creative with the kills and the fun and a little bit tongue-in-cheek, so you can kind of enjoy them. You know what I mean? These are just mean and nasty and just not enjoyable. Maybe it's because the rest of the film isn't enjoyable, so therefore you're not really into the kills in the film. It could be that, but I found the kills in the last 2 or 3 of these to be very, very mean-spirited in my opinion. So yeah, story's terrible. Again, it just farts all over what we've seen in previous films, So they've lived in a sanitarium now. They've raided, in the last film they raided the town, attacked the sheriffs and everything, but clearly there's still a mystery when Wrong Turn turns up. And in this one, they're fully embedded into this huge resort where people go and have health holidays and stuff like that. So at each film it seems like they've got different guardians. In this one they've got 2 other guardians. It's Sadie Katz and this other guy who run the hotel resort place. And basically the friends whose none of the names I care to remember are just there to get sliced, diced, and put in pies, I suppose. None of them are memorable. The film is borderline soft porn at this point. There's not many scenes go by with a bit of breasts going on, and it's just it's everything you kind of hate about low budget horror. Really, these sequels of The Wrong Turns. Trashy, straight to DVD releases or Blu-ray releases that now at this point have got barely any connection to the original, in my opinion, that was, or has been completely diluted by the sequels. And it's not fun and enjoyable to watch these films. It's a real struggle. I mean, what I will say for this one is, I think the last two, especially, are The Wrong Turns. I struggled to finish. I won't go as far as to say I struggled to finish this. It had a fairly simple linear path going through it in regards to the story. It made sense in the story it was trying to tell, even if it didn't make sense with the rest of the franchise in a lot of ways. But beyond that, there is very, very little I can recommend about this film or this franchise in general. Unless you've never seen the first one, watch the first one. But I do encourage you not to watch the sequels because they are not good. I mean, some horror franchises, if you want to say, they've all got bad films in their filmography. Friday the 13th, Halloween, the Freddy Krueger films. They've all got bad films in there, but even the bad ones, there's sometimes a genuine effort. I think these have just completely and utterly lost that. These last two or three of these, there's not even a crumb of effort at times gone into them. So yeah, don't recommend this one. Don't recommend the others apart from the original. And thank goodness that's the end of these Wrong Turn films, apart from obviously the reboot that they did in 2021 that I have covered on the channel, and that is a masterpiece compared to this and some of the others, but I didn't even really particularly enjoy that one either. So yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the Wrong Turn franchise, and I will of course be back with plenty more content on the channel very, very soon.